Oh, hey! July 5th, 2026 was a historic day for me because not only did I achieve my best full combo ever on the song Troll Hero, it was also done on a sexy Ebony Kramer. The inability to close out a full song FC that I was really proud of was starting to eat away at me. After my full combo on the song Jordan back in 2023, I wanted to take it a step further and grind for an FC of Through the Fire and Flames, which is easily one of the most notorious and well-known charts in all of rhythm game history. I spent the entirety of 2024 chasing this goal, and the reality that I wasn't even close to this goal despite trying my absolute hardest is extremely frustrating for me. At the end of the day, I know it's just the plastic guitar that's really hot and really sexy in this pink G-string, but I can't lie, this shit lives rent-free in my head every single day. Regardless of the context, it's still a clear goal that I set out for and didn't even come close to achieving. My best note streak was 1,643 notes out of 3,722, so not even halfway there. And then on top of that, my best miscount was a -22. Every day that I'm sitting in VC and I go, oh, I'm gonna play Flames today, and then I don't. Every time I scroll past it on the song select menu, pause for a moment and then keep scrolling. Every time someone from the community asks me for a Flames update, I'm just reminded every single time that plain and simple, I gave it my all and I wasn't good enough. And until I FC this, I'm still not good enough. Guys, I'm not trying to self-diagnose or anything, but is this Flames trauma? Flames definitely creates so many emotions within me, but you guys don't have to worry. I'll be okay. I'm so stubborn. I'll stop being a bitch and I'll just start playing Flames again. Grinding Flames and not achieving the desired results took a real toll on me, and I desperately needed a break from playing the song. But at the same time, it was starting to drive me nuts, having countless hours of practice now for months and months and months, and not really having any scores to show for it. And that's how we ended up here, with a Troll Hero FC. Guys, I'm not exaggerating. I fucking needed this. I needed a good score that I was really proud of, and it just couldn't be Flames at this very moment. I had to grind my ass off for this score, and I'm so proud of myself for pulling off a perfect run on a song of this difficulty. I could truly make an hour-plus long documentary about this grind I experienced, but I'm way too excited to show you guys this run. In the coming weeks, I'm going to be recording a podcast with a full technique breakdown and talk about every single method for every single note, along with specific sections I struggled with along the way, and any adaptations I had to make throughout the grind. The name of this song literally has troll in the title, so I feel like it's safe to assume that this song was charted in a way that's intended to f with you. And yeah, I would say that's a pretty fair assessment, because the reason I'm limiting my yapping in this video is due to me possessing the capability to rant about damn near every single spot in this 1 minute 23 second song. Troll Hero contains an endless amount of chording sequences that are seemingly straightforward, but regardless of the practice, regardless of any muscle memory I developed, even after more than 365 days of playing this song on and off, I really felt like I could miss anywhere during these runs, and all I could do is keep retrying, and surely I'll stop choking one of these runs, right? After choking the song 9 times, I was finally able to close it out. I have this one that's an absolute catastrophe. I was past the fast little squiggly nigglies, and I could not freaking believe what was happening, and I inputted 4 strums instead of 5, and I was 1 strum away from FCing Troll Hero on June 12th, 2026, and damn bro, it took me nearly another month to get a run up to that point again. Please feel free to use the timestamps to skip to the FC, but if I may have a moment of your time, I'd love to go through each section real quick. Like I mentioned earlier, stay on the lookout for the second installment of the Tap and Yap podcast on GooseCH. I'll be saving the real good stuff, that juicy analysis, if you will, for the podcast. Intro. The intro is by far the easiest section, but it's one of those sections where the chords are positioned just awkwardly enough to keep me shit missing if I'm not careful. Speeding up. Ladies and gentlemen, we very well could have the GOAT on our hands here. People forget, man, Speeding Up was a marauder. I can say with confidence that Speeding Up was responsible for killing a majority of my runs. My brain absolutely despises the chord sequence here. Fretting this yellow, blue, orange chord coming off of a green note always felt a little bit awkward for me. Following that up with another awkward motion where I have to lift my middle finger up while my ring and pinky finger remain pressed down, and then place my pointer finger on the red to hit this red, blue, orange chord. The TLDR of this spot is quite literally lift one finger up, put one finger down, but so many of my runs died here because I just kept pressing down red too early. I don't know why, my brain would just shit the bed and I would always fret this red while I'm trying to hit the blue-orange chord, and that would cause it to miss, and yeah, I would say 3 out of 5 of my runs died here. There it is, guys. Round of applause for your gold medalist for the grind. A singular fucking blue-orange chord. Squiggles, bro. Squiggles, bro. Do not get me started with squiggles, bro. Like, I'm actually How I'm playing that part right now, like, makes me not even want to play it. I think the instant smile that emerges on my face after this part perfectly explains how this section made me feel. Cake situation A. Guys, sometimes the cakes would be in stock, sometimes the cakes wouldn't be in stock. That's the only way I can explain this one to you. Here, let me simplify it even further. Sometimes I'd be like, cake situation, and sometimes I'd be like, cake situation, oh. Cake situation B. Cake situation B contains two of the most chokeable sequences in the entire song. The chords at the very beginning, and this part at the end of the section with the red hopo. The portion with the red hopo is a real pain in the ass because for no reason this charting makes my brain malfunction. After fretting the green, yellow, blue chord, I feel like my brain naturally wants to let go of green to let that red hopo hit. By letting go of green here, I'm only creating more work for myself because you're fine to keep holding green here. However, an issue I was consistently running into is when I would keep holding green here, occasionally my ankles would get snapped and I would miss that blue-orange chord because I was still holding down green. People forget, man, that red hopo took Reptar CH to a 29-28 decision. I was fortunate enough to not be on the receiving end of the red hopo's wrath, but I wasn't let off the hook too easily. The beginning of this section was not very kind to me. What we have here is 3 strums followed up by a hopo chord and then a set of 2 strums. One really cool optimization I made was starting this portion on an up strum. Starting on an up strum puts me in a more uncomfortable position at the start of these 5 strums, but that allows me to be in a much more comfortable position when I get to the final 2 strums of this portion, which in my opinion are the hardest part. The difficulty here comes from having to quickly shift your hand positioning to allow the red, blue, orange hopo chord to hit, and on full speed it's quite a quick window to be able to strum 3 times, pause for a small moment, and then precisely execute 2 more strums. I'm struggling to describe it in words how badass it feels to start that on an up strum in my FC run. The nerves would start to kick in once I made it past these 5 strums. Once I was past this part, it was kind of like, okay, here we go, I'm kind of on a run now, let's get it. Mayhem. I feel like on paper, Mayhem should be the hardest section in the song, but I didn't have too much trouble with it. I'm always practicing some bullshit and refining my really autistic methods, so I guess I just had enough skill points in stock for this kind of strumming / fretting. Outro. This outro, man. I can genuinely make a 2-hour podcast for this section alone. After putting all the prior sections together, the BPM continuously increasing, not just the song's BPM, my heart's BPM as well. You now have a bunch of these kind of grace note chords where you have to keep 2 different rhythms on your fretting hand and your strumming hand. Then you have to strum quickly enough to hit this burst of 5 strums, while being precise because if it's not exactly 5 inputs, you'll miss. If it's 4 inputs, I'll miss one of the notes. If it's 6 inputs, I'll hit all the notes, but that extra input will break my 500 plus note streak. This ending really drove me nuts, man. It took so much practice to unlock the strum control required to close this out. For no reason, the hardest part of the song for me ended up being these dumbass little niggles at the end. The one-handing necessary here isn't all that fast, but it was fast enough to really fuck with my mind. I was trying to hit this last little niggle by hitting orange twice with my pinky. For a while, I wasn't even fast enough to do this, and the extremely frustrating part was that even when my pinky had more than enough speed for these inputs, the muscle memory wasn't there to back it up. Your pinky finger is typically your weakest finger, and I found it really interesting that even after obtaining the speed I needed in my pinky finger, I had to get used to moving this limb with such dexterity and such confidence. TLDR, this took a lot of practice and I worked really hard and so much time and effort went into this, and I'm very excited to show you. If I may have one more moment of your time though, we have an important call we have to make.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
We'll call again. I'm gonna keep calling until he answers. No, I'm fine.
Reason for calling. I'll see if this person is available.
Thanks. Yo.
Thanks.
Oh.
Please stay on the line.
Yo, Brody, you there? Damn, I can't even leave a voicemail. That was Nick's. Like, I was gonna tell him my FC troll hero. I was also gonna order him a pizza, but there were complications. So yeah, enjoy the FC. fucking god, I did it. It wasn't number 1, but I did it. Oh my god.
No fucking way.
Oh my fucking god. I clicked off it. I clicked off it. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god.
Cho like cái shit khoe lại win.
Fucking Need to Know by Doja Cat's playing. Oh my god, heart rate PB. Yes! 172! I mean, I'm not too happy about that. Yeah. Oh my fucking god.
Cái female pack.
Wait, get me off Need to Know by Doja Cat. Oh my fucking god, I FC'd something. Okay, bye.